Hey guys, this is the Prince and today I'm going to show you how to do freckles with makeup. Okay, so when I first made this YouTube channel, I kinda told myself not to do makeup tutorials because every look that is out there has been done already and you can check it on any other YouTube channel. So I didn't want to be the one who does it like the 1001st time. But people ask me rather often how I do my freckles, and I've actually never seen my method of doing it anywhere on the internet. So I'm glad to show you and to share my knowledge about this. This is actually really easy. You only need one tool for it, which is a brush like this. It doesn't really sharpen because I use the front camera of my phone, but the important part about this brush is that it has a little dense hair here and pretty loose hair up here. This brush is from Kiko. But you can get brushes like this from, I don't know, probably almost any brand. This kind of brush is actually a foundation brush, which is meant to have a little bit of foundation on here, and then when you press it down, you can blend it with those hairs. But this has another really good use, because if these hairs up here get wet, they bond together to form tiny irregular dots, like freckles. And because those denser hairs don't let them get into one big wet brush like most brushes do, they actually stay apart and are perfect to use as a stamp for freckles. And this is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to use this brush as a stamp. Now for the freckles themselves, it of course depends on your skin tone. If you have a pale skin tone like me, you can use a darker shade of makeup like this. This is really old and I'm not even sure if it's in the store anymore. It's kind of from my face where I wanted to blend in, but yeah, that didn't really go well. But instead of just any makeup, you can also use water-based makeup. Like this palette here, it looks rather dirty, maybe I should have cleaned that before. From palettes like this you can use natural tones like brown and mix it with black or white to find the skin tone you want. Or you can use an unnatural color if you are going for that effect, because it also looks really great in fantasy makeup when you have golden freckles or pink freckles. I know this doesn't look like pink because it's not very clean. Or blue freckles, and especially when you have dark skin, lighter freckles look amazing. Golden freckles on black girls, beautiful. Anyways, when you take color from a water-based palette like this and are going to mix it, I'd recommend using another brush to mix the color first and then apply it with this after it has been mixed. If you don't mix it, you can just use this brush alone. It's kind of important that the makeup you use for the freckles is a liquid makeup or a liquid-based makeup like this, and not a fat-based makeup, because it has to be applied in liquid form. But now, let me show you how it's done. For this makeup, I'm going to use the back of my hand, and I'm just going to put a general amount of makeup onto my hand, like this. Then I'm just going to make it into a bigger spot with my finger, so there's actually some space to put your stamp into. Then we're going to take the brush. I'm just going to lightly dab it into the color here. Now the very important thing is not to press it too deep. If you press it too deep, you get bigger and streaky dots, which a few of them are maybe okay, but if you get too many, that doesn't look too great. Unless you're making a fantasy makeup and unnatural colors and don't want to have a natural effect, then it's okay. But if you want a natural effect, I wouldn't recommend it. Anyways, you take this brush. You can see it well here that it kind of formed into small irregular dots, just like freckles. And then you just have to dab it lightly onto your skin. Dab it anywhere where you want freckles. And locations like these are a bit of a problem, because you can see if you look well, there already is a big spot. That's exactly the problem I meant. You can dab them anywhere where you want your freckles to be. If you run out of color, just dab into the spot on your hand or wherever you mix it again. And if you're doing rather extreme freckles like I'm doing right now, you shouldn't forget also to do your throat or any area which is showing, like collarbones, maybe even wrists, whatever you want. So that's basically it with the application. Now I must admit I used a rather dark tone, and of course the darker the color you use, the less natural it will look, and the lighter the color you use or the closer to your own skin tone, the more natural it will look. Now that I've applied this, I'll just have to wait until it dries a little bit and then just fix it with a bit of fixing powder. Now fixing powder is especially necessary when you're going to use water-based makeup like this, so I'm going to show you how to use this as well. It's not much different really, but usually you wet your brush and then put it in there, but I'm just going to wet the color first. For smaller pots like this, you can just make your brush smaller and rub it in like this, because when you let it go, it will just spread apart again. And then you have these tones, exactly like with the normal liquid makeup. I'm just going to dab it on a piece of paper before, so it doesn't get too much. And this is going to be darker than a natural tone, and I'm doing that kinda on purpose to show you how it looks. I'm just going in here. Also, it's always nice to use different colors because that makes it look more natural as well, because real freckles come in different colors as well. Same principle. Now I'm just going to wait until it dries off a bit, and then I'm just going to fix it. Especially with water-based makeup, it's really important to fix it off so it doesn't drop off anywhere else. So, since it dried, I'm just going to go in there with fixing powder and a soft big brush. I'm going to dab it into the fixing powder, shake off a little bit of it, just dab it lightly on there. I'm not going to brush it off, because that may smudge the freckles a bit. Just dab it on anywhere you also put freckles. And then when you dabbed it on anywhere, loose a bit of powder from the brush and just brush the loose powder off. That's it. That's my method of getting freckles. I have to admit this side didn't turn out too well, but this side looks nice, so that's okay. And it's a rather quick and really easy method. And all you need is this brush and any kind of liquid makeup in the color you need. Maybe you need to experiment a bit of it and try not to press too hard, because that will get you something which looks like that, and we do not want that. But it's actually quite easy. That's the finished look. Helped a few of you who want to do freckles at home. Like I said, brushes like these are available almost anywhere. Mine is from Kiko and I think they still sell it. Anyway, have fun trying it out. And if you want to know anything about my makeup, anything I do, just ask me, because I probably will not do makeup tutorials on my own. Maybe I will do a get ready with me video at some point, but I don't want to do tutorials of something which has been done like 1,000 times. Unless I'm asked to, because you think my method is somehow different from anyone else who does it, which I don't think it is, so you can just watch any other video you can find out there. Thanks for watching, I hope you liked it, and see you next time.